Instagram has us. Maybe custom. Oh, I don't know. What
Oh, the
even
custom
is
one,
that?
I think you can click on it in the settings, and it should like you can mess around with the settings, or I think you can at least see them. I'm not sure you can change all of them when you're
Cool.
live, but
Yeah. So for those of us joining us immediately, I am behind the control center of the podcast this week. I don't do this, so it's very exciting to like see the back end portion of this. It's also very foreign. So I've had Colin pretty much walk me through pressing record properly. It's yeah.
you know what? It was really difficult. I think there were over one options,
Yeah, they make it
and
super. It's like a hidden
yeah,
button that they don't want you
and
to
I had you
see.
here the whole time. Like there was no way we could have gone wrong, and thank God we didn't, because this is serious business.
Yeah, I mean we are known for technical difficulties, so that would be our lane. But yeah,
It's nice to just bake it and weave that into the fabric of the show, so that
yeah,
we never have to get ever like really mad. Like we're never gonna
yeah,
have to get mad at our staff like Tom Segura did. Do you know what I mean?
totally,
And
totally, yeah.
and to that we must pay homage to our heroes, those who've gone before
Our
us. Tom, thank
heroes.
you for showing us how
uh,
to how to
what it
podcast
is,
better. Yeah.
yeah, what it is to be such a person. Yeah. Welcome, Colin, to the episode.
That's so
uh,
weird.
you are joining us from a foreign land.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm looking at I'm at the Algonquin College, Ottawa West campus.
Ooh, ooh.
It's the what's this place called?
So,
Residence and Conference Center, Ottawa West.
okay. So is this where students live normally?
Yeah, so it really feels like this is during the school year, a dormitory. Like
Yes.
I'm in the little kitchenette here.
Like some shit has transpired
Yeah, like
in this
I don't
area.
want to. There's the bathroom and then there's two bedrooms.
Two
It's
bedrooms.
like,
Okay.
and so yeah, it's fucking weird. There's no TV in here, but there's a full size fridge.
So it's a
That's a weird
BYO
trade-off.
TV.
Yeah, yeah, I wish I'd have known that.
Well, yeah, you got to put your beer somewhere.
Well, that's it. At least there's plenty of room for the beer. Actually, the phone is being propped up on my
Cans
beer.
of beer. There you go.
Stuff can be two
Acquired.
things.
Yeah, stuff can be two things. It's certainly serving a wonderful function at this
hmm
time. So what brings you to the land of Ottawa?
Well, the National Capital Region is just, oh, I can't even. It's so boring. I can't
I
even make up a
cannot begin
lie
to
about
speak.
it. Like there is. This is just the worst city for anything. Like it's hard to have fun in this city because you
It's
can't really walk anywhere.
no.
Anywhere you can walk to is just full of shit that you don't need immediate access to.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
Chatter's hair salon is right there,
Yeah.
but I got to walk thrice as far to get to Starbucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not complaining about the walk. I'm just saying this place is not laid out for people to stumble anywhere.
Yeah,
If
okay.
if you know what I'm saying.
Well, the demographic certainly is stumbling regularly, I would assume. So,
Well, generally they're just stumbling through the discourse of their day
mm-hmm,
because this is a government town.
mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
You know,
it's
that's an interesting thing that you pointed out just now. It's a government town. I think it has that is part of the total mentality citywide.
yeah.
It's real fascinating to me. And it makes me wonder if all, capital city, is that the word? The heads of why is my brain malfunctioning? Uh like yeah, the capital cities, I guess, of many other countries and
hmm
whatnot, if they're all this way, if they are all just like soaked up in government stuff, you know?
Yeah, there's nothing else to do because it's just catering to that industry, that sphere of being.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, man, there's nowhere to like, I don't know, there's like it's hard to get anywhere. You
It's an
can't, you know what I mean?
interesting
Like,
pocket of the city for sure. I always felt like the amenities that the students need are like often built within Algonquin College itself. But if you were to like leave the building, like during the day, it's like you can get anything at any time until like 3 o'clock. And then everything shuts down and it's done till the next day,
yeah.
right? Like,
But even then,
yeah.
like three. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
no,
like you can't just pop out anywhere for 15 minutes
you
and get
cannot.
something done.
You
Like you're
cannot.
gone for an hour minimum.
Minimum. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this place is less than 10 kilometers from the EY Center, which is where this it's called CANSEC. It's just a defense and security conference
Yeah. Okay.
expo kind of thing at the
Cool.
EY Center. Less than 10 kilometers, and it's taken me minimum a half an hour in transit to get from here to there in my
Every.
car.
Oh, in your car.
Yeah, it's wild. It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's just there's so much traffic.
There's no reason for that.
There's so much
To be
fucking
honest.
traffic.
It's
It's crazy.
it's total gridlock, man.
Total gridlock, mom.
Like everywhere in that town. I don't get it. I don't miss it. It's one of the things that Jordan and I like would gripe about regularly when we
Hmm.
lived there. And like we lived when we were in the West End, like we were pretty central, I would say. It was like 10-15 minutes with no traffic to get anywhere, more or
Hmm.
less. But oh my god, if there was traffic, forget it. Did you just get bitten by a cockroach or something?
No, man, I thought I ripped my pants.
Oh.
I blew the crotch out of one of my Levi's the other day.
Oh dear.
It was just weird. It like the seams just started like the fabric started stretching.
Okay. It just
Anyway, I just checked
it
and
just
the
gave
same
up.
thing's happening to like I almost heard a or felt the stitch pop.
You were like,
So
oh
I was
dear.
like figuring around out of my crotch trying to find what was going on, and it turns out
What
that's
is
what's
what's
happening
that?
to my pants.
What is
Yeah,
happening?
yeah. Pardon the distraction,
Nope. All
but
good.
that's
So
way more
no.
fun than this town. This town
Yeah.
is a lonely town.
It's interesting for sure. I don't recommend it. I recommend it for visiting during like cool events like the Tulip Festival. You can go down and go to the experimental farm and all the gardens and whatnot that are there. Super nice. Canada Day, it's
Yeah,
awesome place to be because they put on a big show
terrible
downtown.
place to need to have to take a piss though on
Oh
Canada
gosh.
Day.
Yeah,
Whoa,
they are not
that's
set
a
up for
dangerous
that.
game. Wow.
They're not set up for that. No. And like there's other events that happen in town. I'm not going to name them all obviously, but for those sort of handful of things, it's like a fun place to go and visit but then leave and go back to a
Hmm.
place that's like
Oh yeah,
normal where
yeah.
normal people are. Yeah.
And it takes me like that long in between visits to recharge for the next fucking visit.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm going to be up
Like,
there this weekend and yeah, I'm already like bracing myself for the terrible like once you hit the 417, what is it called? I think it's still the 417 there. Like at Pinecrest,
yeah,
it's a different world all of a sudden.
get your brakes out,
Yeah. Pump the
man.
brakes,
And like, it's
coast and brake for like I don't know,
it,
15
it's just like the whole city is an energy vampire. It's
It
just sucking
is. Oh my god, what a good comparison.
because you driving around this place is a soulless task. No one's having fun. No one's enjoying themselves. And everyone's just fucking on a fucking piano wire. They're ready to snap and just
Snap.
fuck
Yeah.
someone, fuck someone off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and then they get to their jobs, which don't give a fuck about them.
Right.
They go to their pointless, like, the timelines in the city are insane to do everything. It just sucks the soul out of you. Like, I don't understand how people stay here. Because you're right. I like to come here and then leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leaving is my favorite part.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that was nice. Now I
Yeah,
get to
I
go.
feel like I'm in a like almost like a different country. I don't know. I'm a small town kid. Like this
And it's
place stresses
interesting
me out.
because like going to Ottawa, Jordan has described, because you guys, I don't want to say lived parallel lives, but like growing up in Pembroke, I think there was like this mentality that like Ottawa was like the big city.
Oh yeah,
And so it maybe glorified it a little bit more than it should have. Um,
yeah. Like we were lucky we lived so close to Ottawa.
right. And yet it's, I don't want to say it's nothing crazy, it's nothing special, like to go
It's
see a
not.
concert would be cool. It would be really nice to live within like 45 minutes to an hour of like one of your favorite concert, or to access one of your favorite concerts, I should say. If they were to come through. But I
Yeah,
found like, because I growing up there, in Ottawa myself, I found that bands and big names and
they
like
don't really go to
comedians,
Ottawa.
they would just skip right over. They do the Montreal Toronto corridor,
Hmm.
and sometimes stop in Kingston because that's along the way. But then Ottawa was like a pass, a
Boring.
pass, and I think it just has added to the culture of lack of culture
Well, and
in
and the
that
thing
way.
too, like you don't get fans at things. You get
Mm-hmm.
well. I don't know if Toronto's any better though, because Toronto they would have more because they have more private money in
Yes.
Toronto, so they're
Yeah.
gonna. I'm thinking about businesses or governments that buy tickets. Actually,
Yes.
governments can't even do that. I don't know. This
Businesses for
whole
sure.
plot is falling apart. Like
I
this
think
this
that's
this story
why.
is crashing.
No, dude, I think I understand what you're trying to say. There is more private money and people spending money from their own, out of their own pockets, obviously, to go to like games and concerts and shows. There's also like 10 times the population in Toronto, so like
That's true
there's
too.
there's
Yeah, that's unfair.
access, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Montreal's smaller, but there's a lot of suburbs, so I don't know how that plays into it. But
Well,
then
they like to
Ottawa is
pretend that they're
too.
cultured and shit, so they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I must go
There's,
to the show."
yes, that too. They're very like arts focused and whatnot. Very European, I feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um or so they try to be. And I find in Ottawa there is a big reach, because if you consider the Ottawa Valley, or even if you go east, there's like Cumberland, Rockland, like all those kind of like, and then southwards there's like Russell, which I guess is part of Ottawa now, but like you could go out down that road as well. Um and yet I feel like there's very much a 9 to 5 mentality,
Yeah,
and people are, it's kind of a sleepy town because of it. And new things will pop up and people will get excited about them, but they do tend to fizzle out over time. And I mean, I don't want to say it's been known, but like what was originally, I guess, the Corel Center, it might have been something else before that. And then now, is it Canadian Tire Center?
I thought it was Scotiabank Place, but
For a while it was, I think it's CTC, unless that's
yeah, I don't know.
changed. But
See, like, see how like
regardless,
no one cares. You know what I mean?
but this is it. Like, because uh, they kind of, the trends pick up and then they fizzle out and then pick up and fizzle out. But sometimes the fizzling out is a long period of time, and so there is almost this like in the CTC in particular, like there will be probably seasons where people are maybe more interested. They'll be like, "Oh wow, I got season ticket, whatever." I don't know. But then there will be a lull, and like a center like that can't operate on
Yeah, they
low
need the
ticket
constant
sales. They
revenue. Yeah,
need revenue, right? So anyways, it must be tough because they're probably trying to, I don't want to call it poaching, but they're probably trying to bring in big names and acts and shows. And like I think the last time I was there was for a comedy show. My mom got tickets, and like that's going to bring people in, it's going to bring money in. But again, it's like it's kind of like far off, kind of like where you are now. It's a little pocket, with a bunch of stuff around it, but there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And I feel
And
like a lot of Ottawa is like that, unless you live like down in the Byward Market, where there's maybe a little bit more there's more flavors and options to choose from. I feel like there's a lot of little pockets of places that there's stuff happening right there and then no, not around it, and then
mhm.
you have to drive 20 minutes and then there's another pocket of stuff happening, and and yet it's not everything you need, but it's a lot of it. And anyways,
Yeah, it's like the
it's a weird,
80% solution.
yeah, exactly. It's just it's a very strange, it's a very strange place, I think, overall. Again, lovely tourist place. Very much.
Lovely
Maybe
tourist
that's what
place.
it is. Maybe it's set up for tourism. Maybe that's what it
Ah,
is.
man, I hope not, because it is
It's
boring for
bad.
tourists.
It's
Like,
bad.
because I mean, they have a lot, and I'm really talking a lot of shit about Ottawa, but I'm
Sure,
like,
sure, sure.
I'm I
I'll talk
like
shit about it. I don't live there anymore.
I don't either, and it's nothing against the people. Like to an individual, I'm sure they're all just wonderful, but
Yeah.
no one fucking makes eye contact. No one smiles. Everything's a fucking
Yeah.
like a threat posture. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everyone averts their gaze, kind of thing. I don't know. It's weird. And when you talked about like Rothen and all those other outlying little cities,
Yeah.
I'm making a huge assumption here when I say what I'm about to say because I don't know that this is true, but
Okay,
it
okay.
seems to me like those are just other like feeder cities to the Ottawa boring machine. Like they
Perhaps.
needed more housing
Yeah.
to feed the beast,
Yeah.
and that's what they built. Because if you go to those places, I'm not sure there's many. I'm not sure many of them were started off of independent industry or or
Okay,
or
okay. I see
need. Do
what
you
you
know what I
mean.
mean? Like
Yeah, I
there
think
there
I
wasn't a reason for them to exist if it wasn't for expansion. Is
right.
what I'm. That's my assumption.
Right.
Because
I
there's no
understand
one
what
goes
you
to those
mean.
places. Sorry, no one goes to those places to visit the place.
Independently.
They go to visit people that they know at the place, but there's
Yes.
nothing to see or do there, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's that's an interesting perspective because I don't know if I've ever looked at it that way, but it is certainly what it is now. I think, I mean, they all would have started as all would have started out as like small farming communities,
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
right?
Actually, that's a good
That have
point.
just grown. The one
Mhm.
exception that I can think of to this is Manotick, because Manotick to me is like a culture hub a little bit. And now it's kind of been absorbed by the city because it's the city's grown so much, blah
What's
blah
culture
blah.
hub about Manatee?
Uh
And that's not a challenge. I've
yeah,
I've
I'm
never heard of.
curious. Yeah.
What I know about Manatee is where the sign is on the
Yeah.
highway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's got very much that small town feel. Kind of in the same way Perth does.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
like little boutiques and shops to visit. There's art to go see. They have like open house. What do they call it? Like doors open where you can like go visit different businesses and things like that. And I think it's kind of become just from people being uh, maybe just more interested in each other and wanting that community feeling. I think it's kind of always held that, like, if you were from Manotick, you knew other people from Manotick,
Oh, I see.
like that kind of thing, where it was like a close knit kind of community before it joined Ottawa, if you will. And I'm sure there's lots of other places, and I'm sure anybody from any of those other small places we mentioned and those we didn't would argue the same thing. Um, but Manotick in particular to me like kind of stands out because it has
And
it
you
just
spent a lot of time in Ottawa.
I did.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you lived here for a while. Like
I did. I did.
this isn't coming from like me. I avoid this place.
15 years, I think.
Yeah, like that's
At
why I'm
least.
making these
Yeah.
giant assumptions. But what you're
Oh, I
saying
see.
is coming from it like a learned
Just
brain.
I think it's a perspective of somebody who was part of the mess that it is.
The
It is a
mess.
little bit of a
Yeah.
mess, and I also um moving here made me realize, and I've probably said this before, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but I have realized that like I should have left so much sooner.
Oh, I see.
That
Yeah. Hmm.
it would have been more beneficial to me in like maybe formative years had I not been where I was. But like obviously you can't go back, you can't change time. I'm not gonna like hang on to that, you know what I mean? But it
Hmm.
was a realization I had that there's a lot of the things that um maybe are important to me, we'll say, I don't know, or things that speak to me, have found them here. So maybe that's something I would have found regardless, like who's to say.
Is
but
yeah, it's hard to
uh
know, eh?
but that thing you pointed out about people not looking up and not making eye contact and being in their own world, I think that happens in any city. Like Ottawa's considered, I think, a small city because it's just over 1 million people, but that includes like Canada to Orleans, I'm pretty sure. So like that's a widespread. Um, but definitely,
Yeah.
like if you go to Toronto and things like that, like people are often in their own little worlds too, but maybe more ready to connect. And maybe that, sorry, my camera says that when it's ready to connect. I just feel like I just like made this
That's
weird
amazing.
quotation that makes no sense. Anyways,
Oh man,
um,
that's so good.
but where was I even going with this? Oh yeah, other big cities, people keep to themselves, but like, yeah, I don't know.
But you're at least saying that, after that amount of time
Hmm.
in the city, you've realized that living in the city is not for you.
Living in that city,
Oh, interesting.
yeah, I think I could live in
Like, could
another
you live in
city.
Toronto?
I have wondered that. I like there was a time where I was considering it because I had applied to something and didn't get in, so like it was a moo point. Um, but, but like kind of reflecting on it now because it might be my kid's future is where
Hmm.
I'm at with it, is like we're so close to Toronto, and so they might be like that's the city I want to go be in. I think
Oh, wow,
at
yeah.
I think where we're at now is where I want to be. Like an hour out of the city is great. I felt like this when we were in Franktown as well. Like being about an hour from the city is fine. It's close enough you can go access it, but it's far enough away you have your own space and like kind of a smaller, more tight knit community.
Hmm.
Um, and maybe that's the difference I'm seeing. Like you grew up in what is considered a small town.
Tiny town by, like, I would imagine it's less than 20,000.
Yeah. So do you think that because the population wasn't as
Is it? I
dense?
don't know. And
I
so,
remember
and
Jordan saying like including sort of like Beachburg to Petawawa it would be more, but um
yeah, I think
cuz like
Petawawa. I remember when Petawawa was smaller than Pembroke,
okay, is it
and
bigger now?
Petawawa is bigger now.
Mm.
But I know they're pretty. I know they're. I mean, they're only double digit thousands. Do you know what I mean? Like 20, thirty
Yes,
thousand, something like that. Like they're
not even
both.
50.
No, they're definitely
Under
not 50.
40.
I would bet under 40, and I'd
Yeah.
pull it up, but my phone is doing all the work right now.
Yes, that's okay. Uh
Jamie, pull that up.
between Coburg and here, we're sitting at about the same. The difference is that we are like the small towns outside Toronto, and that you were in the small towns outside of Ottawa. So you would
Yeah.
have gotten a bit of like a trickle down effect of like what it is to be outside of a government town. And I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
here, the
yeah.
trickle down effect is like private business.
Hmm.
So it is a different perspective in that way. I think I could have lived in Toronto like in my 20s. I don't think I would want to now. And my mom friends who I talked to who did live that life say exactly that. And so maybe I'm just parroting them. I don't know, but I feel like we relate on a lot of things, so we probably would in that sense too. But like now that we have kids and our lifestyles are so different, it's nice to bump into somebody you know at the grocery store and just be like, "Oh, hey," or like
Hmm.
see the same people over and over and like create a familiarity and a sense of community. And
It's
maybe
almost
that's
like
just what I've always wanted. Does everybody want this? Does nobody want this? Like, is
I
that, I don't know.
imagine this is like my math.
Okay.
If you have if you have a small town and they kind of behave that way, people know each other in grocery stores,
Yeah.
people talk to each other, they get to that level of friendship where they're at least, stopping in the middle of their day
Yeah.
and giving the other person some of their time, right? Like that's enough
Yeah.
in most cases, I would say.
Yeah.
But the more people you cram into a city, it almost feels like it's so overwhelming to just want to reach out
Mm-hmm.
and make contact with someone. There's so many people you have to manage just to get
Mm-hmm.
by, kind of thing. I don't know. That's my math. That's my
Yeah. The it becomes a less manageable space, perhaps. I don't know.
and I don't know. I don't know. This place is
I'd love to I should ask my cousin Steph because she has lived in both Ottawa and Toronto, and so she would have a very,
such a metropolitan woman. Oh my
I
goodness.
know.
Just just making it on her
She's
own.
so worldly. She has also lived abroad, so she would
My
be really good.
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
A real femme fatale.
And she truly.
I actually think
Um
that might be the
femme
episode name.
fatale. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
to my girl
Steph.
Marcouche.
Marcouche. Sorry. Pembroke has sorry, this is the 2021 census, so these numbers are not 100% accurate, but they're as
Was that the
accurate as
last
they can be.
available data?
Yeah. Is that the
The most
technical
recent, I
term?
can't remember what Dwight yells or Michael
Oh god.
yells. The
So
suicide awareness one is all right.
Pembroke was only is 14,000
Damn.
and
Yeah, I
Petawawa
knew
was
it was low.
18.
What did
So
I say though? I started low, right?
you said you started with the 20s something, maybe
Yeah,
20, 23,
I was
something like
padding.
that.
I was padding the numbers, but not intentionally. I knew it was low.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I also knew that uh, I remember the signs from when I was a kid, the
Oh
population
gosh,
signs
yeah, and
and
it's
shit like that,
grown. Okay, let's look that
and
up.
I know that it's grown.
Census population of Petawawa in 1990, we'll say.
Let's do 98 just to make sure that I was
98.
there.
Make sure it was. Oh yeah, because you were right
Because we
on the
started in
cusp.
Petawawa and then moved to Pembroke.
Okay, so Pembroke in 1998
Yeah,
was a population of
I'm a real Valley kid.
10,000.
So that's crazy, right? 10,000. That's so small.
And then Petawawa 15.
Oh, so it was always bigger. Never mind. I
I
was wrong.
guess.
I was wrong.
I guess according to the census. But so 10 to what did I just say? It's 14 now. So 4,000 people population growth over the course of what's 98 to
But it's
2021.
weird. It's a weird place though, right? Because like
Totally.
like Ottawa's a government town. Pembroke and Petawawa are military towns. So the those cities can only service the available jobs that are there.
Okay, yeah.
So like there's a limited number of jobs on base,
It's
no matter how
specific.
much you slice it.
Yeah.
And I would argue that Petawawa and Pembroke can't currently handle the housing load that they have now, just
Gosh,
because
no.
like there's not enough PMQs for
No.
for people that need access to PMQs, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Um, and that's like a whole other conversation, I guess.
Hmm.
But oh man, I lost it.
You were
Where
talking
was
about
I
the
going with
population, Petawawa, Pembroke
Oh yeah, so like
growth.
the growth actually I didn't real what I in my head I went, damn, that's not a lot of growth in a lot of freaking years.
I think it
Only
is.
4,000 people? It seems like I don't know. I would imagine like it would be
So for
a
every
higher growth
person
rate.
who was born,
Don't do
I
this.
don't know what that math is. For every
I can't even start to imagine it.
Yeah, yeah, I can't do I'm not even going to try either, but I'm just like there have been more people born than people die. I think is what that means.
Well, and I was just gonna say that people get posted in and out.
Okay.
So it's almost a zero sum game. Like
In a lot of ways,
even
yeah.
even if they're having babies and stuff like that while they're there, then they
Hmm.
get posted and they're taking all of them with them.
Yeah, the
I
census is
it just
probably probably an interesting place to watch the census actually if you were really into stats, you know.
because I mean I don't know. I'm trying to think of other. I mean,
Trenton.
no, like other places to work. Like there's Canadian
Oh.
Nuclear Laboratories in Chalk River.
Oh, okay. Like
Like
the big
it's still
ones.
like these are also government towns too. It's just weird because
Yes.
the main employer in that area, which I would argue is the base. I'm not sure that that's accurate, but
Yeah.
I don't think there's another single employer that's CNL apparently is approaching around 5,000 jobs. I just found that out today.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
and I don't know. I would
Good
I
for
would
them.
argue that there's more than that on the base. I'm not sure though.
Mhm.
Um, but those places can only employ so many people.
Mhm.
Private industry can grow. Government certainly grows. Uh,
Yes.
pardon me, but in a place where there's like limited number of government spent dollars to spend,
Yeah.
because these places are paid by the government,
Yes. Yes.
so they can't grow at any scale other than what's been given to them by the most boring city in the country, which is Ottawa.
Allocation. Allocation of funds.
I'm talking a lot of
Um
smack about Ottawa. I've had a lot of fun in Ottawa. I just want to put that out
over
there.
the years. Yeah. I
But
was going to
and,
say
and it's
sorry
not an
back.
Ottawa problem necessarily. Yeah, I just like I don't like the big city. It just overwhelms
I
me,
don't like the
stresses
big
me
city.
out. I just want to like just think about fewer things all at once.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Sorry.
I will backtrack to Blues Fest, for example, is
Oh,
another
Blues
like
Fest is great. Yeah, you're right.
it's
Hmm.
a big one. So I feel like you know that attracts a lot of big names, a lot of people
Hmm.
come for that. Uh like amazing to have that festival be in Ottawa. Again because the city's grown so much, like the place where it has been hosted that it was hosted at for so long. I feel like
At,
they had to
at
move it
where it
over.
was hosted
Yeah, at where?
to Space Wrecker Grandma.
Um, I feel like they had to move it. Something tells me it wasn't like where it is now is not where it's always been. I don't think. I could be wrong. Somebody
Are
correct
you
me.
talking about Blues Fest though?
Yeah.
I feel like it
Um,
moved too, but I don't know.
because it got too big, and that's a good thing. But then now it's too big. I think again for the venue where it is, and then access to parking is terrible, and people are drinking, so they're taking transit and cabs and things like that, and like that's difficult to access where it is now. Anyways, it's a city that's growing, like constantly, but never plans ahead for said
No,
growth.
yeah, I was just thinking I was
Right?
just thinking the same thing. They're like, "This is it. This is Ottawa done." And
Yeah.
they're like, "What
Done.
about these
Check
other
mark.
areas? What do you mean? Like, haven't you ever played Settlers of Catan? What's your fucking plan,
Yeah.
man? Where are you going? Do you
Yeah.
want the longest road? It'd be cool if you connected it to shit people need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was just
That's what happened to
not
Hunt
not
Club. Hunt
man.
Club just kept
I,
growing and growing, and now it goes across all of the city. But
I
it's
live
the
on
worst
how
road to drive. It's the worst.
I was told to avoid Woodruff today,
Hmm.
and I found myself on Hunt Club going.
At Woodruff, the worst.
I was on Hunt Club after being told to avoid Woodruff. Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. When two even like I don't know where I was when I turned off of Hunt Club, but my God, it takes forever to move blocks in
Mm-hmm.
this city.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, oh
It's
man,
painful.
people, I complained about people, not complained. I observed. I don't care if
I
people don't
observed.
want to
Yeah,
look
you're like, this is a
like.
perfect time to practice my like peaceful meditation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Zen. Uh, I don't care about that. But like when they're driving, it's like no one else exists.
100%.
There's not even like there's a car coming. I better
There is
slow
no
down
one
and wait or
else.
whatever.
There's
No,
no
there
one
is
else.
no one fucking else. Like, sweet,
No.
I found a lane. It's like they're playing Frogger. They're like, I'll just get another
Hop
life, no
in.
big deal.
Yep.
Like they're just gone. And I so many times today, I was like, are you fucking kidding me, lady? Or fucking sir, whoever the
Mm-hmm.
fuck it was that cut me off. Just so many
Zer.
terrible. And honestly, I was getting fired up enough. there was shit I was seeing that wasn't even impacting me at all. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? This is
Were you
crazy.
getting mad at things that didn't matter?
So I said a
Is
lot
that
of
what you're
it,
saying? Oh, okay, okay, okay.
but I didn't like carry it with me. You know what I mean? I was
I
like,
see.
fuck you, you're an idiot. And I went, we don't
And you
need to do
moved on.
that. And then I carried on. But I can't imagine
Oh,
having, you know, people like, it's crazy. They're like, hey, what are you experiencing in life that's difficult for you to manage? And it almost always boils down to something that happened or didn't happen to you when you were growing up that shaped who you are now. And there's a lot of fucking layers in between.
it's like this really deep rooted root that is in your
Yeah.
subconscious that is now
So they're like,
blossoming into this flower, and it's like this actually came from all the way down here. Yeah.
well, sometimes what comes out is like a trash flower
Yeah.
because you don't put any work in
That should
to
be the
try to
name of
be a
the
better
episode,
person.
Trash Flower.
We can vote on it.
Ah.
But because you're right. Like, from all that stuff should come something nice and beautiful, and that should be you being who you are and all this kind of goodness.
Right.
But like we were talking about like meditation and mindfulness a bunch, and thinking about Sean, and I every time I have those kinds of conversations, I realize I was only thinking about how I've been trying to do that, or how it might, like, I'm thinking about it from my point of view, which is
Okay.
weird. I'd be like, yeah, okay, mindfulness is this, and I'm explaining it from how I understand it, which is
Right.
fine. Um, but
How else can you understand
I don't know that people in this area can practice mindfulness.
it? Go down to oh my gosh. What's the yoga like there's oh my god, that's gonna bug me now. Okay, hang on. Keep talking.
Well, it was just like I'm coming from a very simple point of view, right? Like, I grew up
Mm-hmm.
in a really small town.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on things that I needed to work on, and one of those things, is being mindful. And you know, the reason I need to do that is because it just helps me remove myself from whatever situation I've just fabricated in my mind that's causing me problems.
Okay.
But like, I don't know that there would be enough time in my day, in my brain,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to practice mindfulness in a city like this.
Pure Yoga, by the way, is the place. Pure Kitchen is the restaurant attached to Pure
Pardon me.
Yoga. Anyway,
Oh, okay. What about Pure Yoga?
go
Good
there to
spot. Are
do
we repping them?
meditation.
Pure Yoga. Hit up Pure
It's
Yoga
hit up
in
Pure
Ottawa.
Yoga.
The only not boring thing about this city. That's a great plug. Like, people don't
Ah.
realize what they're missing here. We gotta get our audience up.
You know what? Ottawa has had at one time, this might be 15 years ago information, but a really fun like bar going out scene for a while. So I will say that.
Oh, and
A
I
bunch
was
of
gonna
places
ask.
closed like immediately after
Like, COVID ruined everything.
COVID too, yeah. But yeah, there was a time where it was like real nice nightlife.
Because I do remember that time as well.
Okay.
It felt
Very
easier.
fuzzy.
Yeah, there are like shapes and colors and music for sure, but uh, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think. Do you think the city grew out of that almost? Like, it's too big now for people to be able to go somewhere, get hammered, and have a reasonable chance of catching public transit to get home on time.
That was always an issue, I think.
It was, yeah, like, you had to leave by a certain time, but it was still there and available. But
It
I
was
I don't
still
even know
yeah, I
that
think
Uber or anything is more reliable in a place like Ottawa. I don't
I
know. I
I
don't
was
know.
I was just gonna propose that question as well. Um or that thought experiment. I feel like I don't know what it looks like now. I don't know if it's still as like uh saturated as it used to be. Um does has Uber helped? Hopefully. Like I know cabs in that town were not cheap. Like if we were gonna take a cab home, I remember budgeting being like, well, it's like 350 to take the bus, or it's gonna be 25 to $30 to take a cab.
Hmm.
So I'm poor and I'm gonna take the bus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do public school math, but I should go this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna save myself the 20 whatever it is. I again can't do math. But the 20 odd dollars and just take the bus and take forever to get home and have to walk an hour in addition to taking the bus. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, for so again, I don't know what it's like now because now they have the train, the light rail. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm not even sure how far that travels. Like there was a time it ended at Tunney's pasture. I don't know if it goes further than that now. I'm not sure. Somebody let me know if you live there. But that was supposed to be like a real game changer because then they would be able to get you to these stations
Hmm.
faster.
Hmm.
Because I remember, if we would leave downtown or even for a while, like I worked downtown, so I would catch the main, we'll say like the main transit line to get you to another big station, right? That would be closer to your suburb. And then you would take this small sort of like feeder routes to get you back to your house. But those were never, I don't know, those were never very good. And I feel like a lot of people complain about it for a long time. Like transit has always been such a big issue. But they had this huge when they introduced light rail, they like re-engineered all the routes. They redid like they updated everything or at least they tried to. And so my understanding is that it functions a lot better. But like I don't know, if you were to map out where you are now to get to the EY center, I'd be curious to know like how long that would take and what the steps are. Is it like walk 15 minutes to station A and then take route whatever to
Oh
this
yeah,
place, like
yeah.
to South Keys, and then take another route that's going to get you close to the EY center and then walk. You know what I mean? Like, what does that even look like? But I remember there being like, it was never like, uh, get on a bus to go to a station and then get to your destination. I feel like it was always like 3 or 4 steps. Like take this
Yeah.
route
Hmm.
to this
Yeah.
hub, take this route to the station, take this to get to the other station, but then because you're going south you have to switch and then go down this route. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like it's just all a, a web of like mess.
Well, it's like you said, like every
And
time
how do you
they,
get out of it now?
yeah. No, you're right, because they built it based like you're just throwing good money after bad, really, and then it all becomes bad money. Because,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, when they built it or planned it, like this is what we need, this is what we got, this is what we can support, whatever.
Done.
And then every time they grew, they just kept bolting on infrastructure instead of
Yeah.
redesigning it. I don't, and to be fair, this is probably huge assumptions on our part. We don't know that they didn't do this.
Right.
But if they did a very bad job of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're right, it is wild to get anywhere.
And it's not that they haven't tried. Like they've had planning committees and a public discussions and like all kinds of all the things that they're supposed to do to try and make it function the best that it can. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is it. It's the best
Yeah,
that it
and
can
I mean the
function.
cost of redoing it to make it perfect would be none of it for a long time.
Right. Yeah.
So I have
And
to take
that
every
kind of
whatever.
is what happened when they did light rail because they did have to just like shut down the entire transitway that previously existed to put the rail lines in, and then they were shuttling people between stations on buses, um, which a lot of people were so excited about because they created like an express lane on the highway for buses, so people were getting to the destinations much faster than they had been.
Yeah, by taking over a fucking highway.
by taking over the highway. Yeah,
They've already
that
got bus
that
lanes
was.
on most of the highway, don't they?
I don't know if they still do or not. I'm truly not sure. But for a time, that was like that. It was there. Yeah,
That's pretty sweet though.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I come from a place where there are bus stops that no buses go to anymore.
Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean?
The
Like there,
transit system got canceled.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how it happened. And actually, small town politics. I do remember at one point there was a conversation during like someone's mayoral campaign. They're
Okay,
like, yeah,
okay.
well, we're gonna bring back the bus.
The singular bus.
The bus. It's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
take you to both places in the city. You know,
The
you go to the East
mall.
End or the West End.
Yeah, the West End Mall or the East End Mall.
Yeah,
You
it's so
decide.
fucking
Yeah,
funny. Yeah, man, small towns
are
are hard to
so
grow
fun.
up in, but they're all you want when you're done.
So did you feel like growing up in a small town that you were couple questions excited to go to the big city? Uh were you able to like go to walk to things that you needed for the most part? Um or was it like you have to have a car to live here kind of thing?
No, I walked almost everywhere when I was a kid
Okay.
to get to where I needed to go to. All my friends were within walking distance.
Okay.
Um, there was a corner store down the road. I grew up around the corner from Ribs Dairy. Like you
Okay.
knew where I grew up. But there, so growing up, yes, you have access to what you need.
Mhm.
Everything else that I would need growing up, I'm going with my parents to go get anyway.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Do you think it
unless like
forced your family to spend more time together? Like if you guys had to do those things simultaneously?
spend time together and go shopping. Is that
No,
the
like
two things? Sorry.
cause my mom could like leave me at home and go do groceries, but is this something where like your parents felt like you guys have to
No,
do
like
all of
if
this kind of thing?
I'm thinking about it from a growing up point of view. Sorry, so
Okay,
like
okay, okay.
whatever I needed, I
Yep,
had to go with my parents because they're fucking paying for it. You know what I
gotcha.
mean?
Yep.
Um, yeah, yeah. Um, I won't say I was excited to leave because I didn't know where I was going.
Okay.
I
What are
knew
my other options? Yeah.
well, and like I went from Pembroke
Mhm.
to Saint Jean
Mhm.
in Quebec for 2 years,
Mhm.
and then Kingston for three. And I mean, in both instances, I was in walking distance to some incredible drinking establishments.
Okay,
Do
okay.
you know, like, I mean, so I didn't have to.
Prime getting wasted. Yeah.
Maybe that's why I find this place so boring. It's because I just grew up walking
You can't
everywhere I
walk
needed to
over to a
go.
bar.
I
Yeah.
can't get fucking hammered anywhere because
Yeah.
I got to drive my ass back. It's the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
Man, wow, I feel like this was just like a little mini therapy session.
There you go.
I
Full
feel like that
circle.
was a weight off my shoulders. Cause yeah, and then I got posted back to Petawawa and lived in Pembroke, but Pembroke is grown. There's enough that you don't need to go places, but Ottawa's right around the corner, only an hour and a
Mhm.
half away. You can get to Costco or IKEA or whatever.
Mhm.
But I mean, there's as a kid growing up, and I'm sure not much better now. Like
Mhm.
the movie theaters in the area suck.
Mm.
The
That's always a big bummer because I feel like much of my teenage years were spent at a movie theater, and I could walk to my movie theater. It was like
Well,
less than
and
10
now it's
minutes
also
away.
cost prohibitive. You can't just go to the theater.
You cannot.
You
No, we've
gotta
talked about
fucking
that.
plan. It's like
Yeah.
30 fucking dollars.
You've got to save all your allowance for like 6
It
months.
is wild. Like
Yeah.
I actually remember seeing a TikTok where someone's like, "Oh, Canadian movies theater industry is shocked that they're in decline." He's like, "Lower the price of your tickets. Lower the
Yeah.
fucking like." I remember I was able to save up to go to the movies with my friends.
Right.
We
Yeah.
could buy a ticket on our own.
Yeah.
Now it's like you have to unless you have a job or your parents just throw money at you for no fucking reason.
You
You
just
can't.
get is it an allowance? You just get money.
Is it what's the word that people use when they get money for doing things at home? Oh yeah, allowance. Yeah, no. We got
Interesting.
to live there. It was our reward.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah,
Oh man, I'm picturing what's his name. It's like a reward.
it's like a reward.
Mm-hmm.
Christoph Waltz, yeah,
Yeah.
Inglorious Bastards. That's a
Mm-hmm.
good. Um, but yeah, so being in Pembroke, growing up there, I think I always knew I was leaving the area. Didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew I was going.
Yeah, you're like,
Uh,
this is not for me forever.
hard pass. And
Are
so
there a lot of people that you know growing up that said the same thing, like I'm not coming back, and then went back and are
I
there
mean, there
now?
are a lot of people that we know and went to high school with that are
Hmm.
still in the area. A lot of them.
But are those the
Um,
people that said I will not be doing this and then did?
well, I don't know how many other people expected for themselves that they were going to leave.
I see.
I
Okay.
just knew that I was.
Okay.
So maybe
It
there's a
wasn't a
part of me that
very
just
vocal
no. I just like
thing.
I didn't share my future plans with anyone.
Endeavors.
It was more like a quiet hope, you know? Like I'm just going to
I
hold
won't
on to
be
this
here forever. I
and
won't be here
nurture it.
forever.
I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
um, but I think I'm sure this is just a trope. There's a lot of people that have the same experience. Like,
Mhm.
gotta go, tired of this place. They go away, and then like, you know what? Maybe I didn't enjoy parts of my experience while I was here,
Mhm.
but I ultimately like being here because it was more in tune with my pace of living.
Mhm.
I want to be able to spend 20 minutes to do an errand in my car and not 3 hours, you
Mhm.
know? Yeah, I can't speak for other people though. I have no idea what their expectations were. I'm sure there were people in similar boats. I'm sure that, there were people that didn't even think about it. They're like, come what may, things are going well. I'm not questioning it, and then opportunities show up or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I just, I was certain that I'm heading to Splitsville for a bit.
Hundy P out of here.
Getting out of, I was like when you like rev up on the spot in the cartoons before you run away
Oh.
kind of thing, and then there's like a
Yeah.
smoke shadow of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like yeah, I was that Misa lady from Happy. Get me out of here from
I
Happy
don't know that one.
Gilmore.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, it's
That
just I
makes
don't
sense.
know. And then
So
I
I
did
heard you
the
had quite a riveting round of golf. Not was it 2 weeks ago? I don't remember exactly when, but yeah, I heard it was grand. I heard the lawns, is that what they're called? Sprawling,
the
enormous
lawns.
golf
Yes,
course. Yeah.
the ignominious lawns of the golf course.
It was like a mini putt course that they just like quadrupled and then turned it into a golf course. Jordan was
Yeah,
laughing about how small it was.
it was probably on like 2 acres. It was tiny.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was with some cleverly placed trees to block sightlines. It felt a bit bigger
Okay.
because you could almost like hide. You can almost like not see other people,
Oh my gosh.
other homes that are just you're just fucking twitching now because like I'm gonna break some shit.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it was probably a little overpriced to be honest
Okay.
for what
Okay.
it is. I don't know. The sad part is what you pay for isn't for the course. It's for the course to continue to exist because of fucking taxes. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah, truly.
so
Mhm.
it's hard to judge the course. They can only do what they can.
Mhm.
But for what it was fun to play. I really enjoyed it,
Nice.
and it was nice to be able to just say, "Hey, wanna?" and
Yeah.
then someone say yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've lost you. Oh.
No, that was oh shoot, I gotta put it on low power mode.
Oh my
But we're
god.
good. I
We're
got
gonna
time.
lose Colin. I had
I'm
a
sure everyone's like,
notification.
no, not him.
No. It's only half a show if I'm here. So, I got a notification while we were talking on my watch. It's an email that I got. And all I could read was it was the baseball association that Anson plays baseball for. and they were evidently something has happened or someone's complained, but they were reminding us about the guidelines and rules about smoking and vaping near the baseball documents.
Oh, man.
What the fuck is this world coming to?
Yo, so this place, this campus is smoke and vape free.
Smoke and vape free. How do they
Signs.
guarantee that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that like you signed some fucking pledge when you actually. I signed something when I got here. I should have read it. But like
Maybe
as
there
a,
was a clause for smoking and vaping.
and I don't know that it can operate the same way when it's a offering a public service like accommodations, right? It's
Okay.
not like a school dorm now where there can be underage people or whatever. I don't know if that's the case. I
Totally.
don't know how old you can be at this place.
Yeah, I think 17-year-olds. You could be 17 going to college or university, 18, and which is still underage legally.
Yeah. So yeah,
So,
yeah, I don't know. Um, yeah, yeah. This place is. I can't remember why we were talking about that.
oh, because I got a notification about the
Oh
baseball.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Somebody's polluting the fucking baseball
Just
diamonds with
fucking
their
gassing them
smoke
up
and
with
vape.
their
Yeah.
cotton candy cloud vape
Oh
smoke,
my god.
just drifting across like World War One. These kids are coughing. Which way's home?
Yeah. I mean, it's good that they're sending this notice now when it's kind of cool out because when it's hot AF and the waft of somebody's cigarette smoke is just sitting in the humid air around you,
Oh
like
yeah, it's
make
just
me
wet.
throw up so fast.
Yeah.
Like so
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Yeah. So I'm
Pass.
glad that they're reminding people to
And I mean, if they truly, if
yeah.
they should just find a spot that's appropriate for those people to go and do what they want to do
Yeah, 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 yeah.
without, like, hey, we've set up a smoking area for you. Please go enjoy it over
Yeah.
there.
Go to the parking
Everyone
lot.
wins.
It's
But
fine.
you're right. It's it's just like one of the things about being in the army is everywhere you go, there's a smoke point.
A smoke point.
There's a place to go to smoke.
Because people will smoke. And so they
Yeah.
know this and they've prepared for it. Is that what you're saying?
So there's always it's almost always covered
Yeah.
and blocked from wind. So it's like
Okay.
a big open shed kind of thing.
Okay.
And there's always like the last tray, trash cans and stuff like that. But yeah, they
Cool.
always think about the smokers
They're
because
gonna
if you
be
don't,
yeah.
they're gonna solve their own problems, and then you got
Not
people
gonna be in
cleaning
a
up
good
butts
way.
everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
Just wipe them on a brick wall and then toss your dart. Yeah. I remember I worked with somebody who smoked and she was trying to quit and so I kept shaming her by calling it darts. I was like, "Are you going to go smoke a dart?" She's like, "Ew, don't say that. That's so gross." I was like, "You're smoking them, not me."
It's
I
crazy that
remember
she
one
thought.
time I was like, "I'll flush them for you." And she was like, "No, don't flush my cigarettes." And I was like, "You could quit. I'll flush them for you." Anyways, I used to do that to my mom. I'd sneak her cigarettes out of her purse and I'd flush them down the toilet. Oh, I say this
Man,
laughing
my
now, but
mom
it
would
probably
fucking
cost
murder me.
it would have cost her some. Oh, my mom would get so mad. I'd be grounded after. Like I don't want to say I never got grounded, but like I didn't get grounded for things that weren't serious. Like if I don't know, my mom's pretty liberal, we'll say, right? Like she's pretty fine with pretty much everything, very open-minded, but like don't fuck with her shit. And so yeah, I've flushed her cigarettes and I got in trouble. But eventually she quit. So you're welcome, mom.
Man, darts is one of the most common uses of the word for smoke in the area.
In the area. Oh.
Like on base, it's smoke darts. I don't even
Mhm.
know because I don't smoke, so I hear it. Hey,
Mhm.
can I bum a dart? Can I bum a smoke? You going for a bum?
Mhm.
You going for a dart? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. The lingo. Dang.
Yeah,
Gotta like.
that wouldn't have been offensive
You know
to
what?
me.
I'm just thinking about the culture of vaping, and it's if you're a smoker, there's something innately like you share cigarettes with other people a lot. I'm sure. Um, I've never. I don't know. I'm speaking out of turn because, like we were saying earlier about Ottawa, like I'm not. You were saying like you're not from there, so like what you know is topical. I feel like this is my take on cigarette smoking. My parents smoked, so I guess I saw them, and like obviously I knew people who smoked in high school and at
Yeah.
work as an adult or whatever. And I feel like it's like very community oriented. We'll
Yeah, it's a
say,
super social
yeah,
activity.
yeah. They're going outside, they're chatting with each other, they're sharing cigarettes, they're using each other's lighters, whatever. But now in comes the vape community, which feels adjacent to cigarettes, but it is such a solo act. Like those people,
Yeah,
you're not
there's
sharing a
someone you can
vape.
see the spit
You're not
on their
sharing.
fucking like
Yeah.
mouthpiece. Yeah,
I don't think
there's
people
something
are
different
sharing
about it.
vapes.
I don't think
Hey,
so.
can I bum a vape? Like nobody's sharing the cartridges for the vape because you know that's the most expensive part. It's like buying a pack of cigarettes. Your little cartridge. I don't know if the price is the same, but like I'm assuming that that's the equivalent, right?
Is there a
So
so I because you're right. I think
what a
people treat.
selfish community.
I think
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
no. I think it's weird because I think it depends on the kind of vape it is.
Oh, okay.
So if
Are you
it's a
saying it's a weed
nicotine
vape?
vape, if it's a nicotine vape, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think I've seen anyone share a nicotine vape, but I've seen a
No.
lot of
With their
sharing of.
little like
Yeah, the massive fucking mouth. Some of them are massive. They're like notebook sized fucking batteries.
it's like a bubble tea straw.
It's
Yeah.
huge. It's
Yeah.
preposterous. Um, but yeah, and I've shared from weed vapes all the
Shared
time.
from.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it feels like the social culture of cannabis permeates the method of delivery. It
Ah.
transcends all barriers. It's like you want to get high, we're
Ah.
gonna get high.
We're
We will all succeed together.
we will
Whereas
all yeah.
smokers are like, I'm trying to fucking quit. Get the fuck out of my face. This is my fucking baby. And then just
Yeah.
with their
Yeah.
nicotine vape. I don't know.
Ooh,
That's sort of
nicotine vape.
my
Your take?
unadulterated 2 cents kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think you've pointed out something that's very interesting. Perhaps the underlying um source for, you know, people who share cigarettes and things like that is that maybe they're actually also part of the weed community, weed consuming community, and those people do share.
I'll say this,
I
like in the
wonder.
military,
Yeah,
sharing is very common.
sharing's caring.
Yeah, because it's like you're just, you don't want to let a smoker, you're out of smokes, like
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Like maybe you just want a puff or two, but people will, like, the person that is talking to you is someone that you're close with anyway. You're going to
Yes.
share with them, right?
Yes, yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's generally the case. You're not going to offer to share with someone that's not already close to you.
Mhm.
I had this fucking there's three fucking food trucks at this thing. That's it. There's like
To
5,000
eat.
people registered for this event and no on-site food other than these trucks. It
Oh my
is
god.
wild.
Oh my
And
god.
so I stood in line for probably 20 minutes, all considered not a bad time limit.
Yeah,
Um,
like if you're at a restaurant, it'd be about the same, right?
yeah, I just wouldn't be standing in the sun in my full dress uniform, enjoying
Mhm.
my life,
Fair.
waiting to pay $16 for a poutine and a bottle of water. Um,
The water bottle is five of those dollars.
seriously, the
I once,
I would
sorry, pause. I once went to a Dead Mouse concert at the EY Center, and they were charging $15 for a bottle of water because so many people were like this 500 milliliter of water, that $15 because
goodness,
they knew so many people were going to be on ecstasy
yeah, that they're
and it
just gonna be fucking
parched as fuck.
yeah.
And I was like, out of principle, I'm not paying $15 for a bottle of water. So there I was with all these people on ecstasy drinking water out of the faucets in the bathroom. And security came in and was kicking all of us out. They were like, you can't drink the water, blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's fucking, It's potable water, bro. You don't
Honestly,
build.
like, what
I
is
was
this
like,
police state bullshit?
truly. I
Let
was
them have water.
no, but I said to this person, I was like, "Did you see the price of the water here? I'm not buying water. Like, you should have water fountains. There's no reason for you not to. Like, I would have brought my own water bottle, but then you would have
Yeah.
made me empty it at the entrance.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's
I
so
took the
silly.
drugs before I got here. I'm not coming with them.
Yeah. I'm like, what the heck? So silly.
That's so stupid. But
Gosh,
yeah,
that must have been 1,000 years ago. 2008, 9? Oh, God.
2008.
Long time.
Man, what, like
Long time.
17, 18? 18.
Babies.
Babies. Whew.
You know, I look at
Yeah.
17 and 18-year-olds now and I'm like, how do you
Stop
not look
talking.
grown up? No, but I'm like,
Yeah.
how are you not grown up? Like, you're 17. Like, I was a full-fledged adult. And then I'm like, oh, I had the perception that I was a full-fledged adult. But I was actually one of these kids.
Yeah, I looked like a
one of
baby.
them. I looked just like one of them. To all
Yeah,
the
it's
real
wild to get
adults.
fucking ego
Yeah.
checked like that, eh?
Yeah. Truly.
That's a break stand for the brain.
Sorry, I paused your story. You didn't
Oh,
finish telling us about. God, I wish I could rewind this sometimes and go listen to myself 5 minutes ago.
I don't think that's a good thing for us to have the ability to do.
No. Oh my God, the
We would
episode will
probably
be all over the
abuse the
place.
shit of that out of that.
It
What do
would
we
be
just say?
like.
Go back. It's like having a stenographer and getting nothing done.
I was gonna
Like,
say it's the reason why the time travel thing that Hermione uses
oh yeah, the time changer, I think it's called.
to go to make it to all of her classes. Like, she's using it for good, but I feel like this would be our version of it, and we would just get lost in time.
Yeah. We would just
Lost
get
in
stuck
time.
in a loop. Someone come save us.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's incredibly funny. That's so funny. Oh, you know
Time
what? I
travel.
thought we should. I got a business idea.
Uh-oh.
We should.
When I have these, they're never good.
We should create our own supplement drink for people with ADHD.
Have you ever heard of Magic Mind?
No, that's not it though. That's not it because
No.
it's not geared towards the needs of those who are
Oh, okay.
neurodivergent in terms of
Oh,
like precursors for, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
whatever's good for the neurospicy mind, fucking fired in a lemon lime beverage and
Yeah.
charge fucking allow $1,000 per
thousand
case.
dollars per
Yeah,
case.
because
Wow.
it'll just like something that's not Ritalin for someone to
Selling
take to
hotcakes.
help them. Or
Um,
like if they wanted an energy drink that maybe is more geared towards them instead of just full of piss and vinegar, like Red Bull.
Monster and Red Bull. Yeah.
Just so I can't believe someone approved the flavors of those drinks.
Uh, I've I've been on a Monster Energy kick of the like
Sorry,
fun pink and purple color variety. So it's like peach
I
and
meant the
berry.
originals.
Oh, the
Sorry, I meant the
orig.
originals. Yeah,
The
because you're
original
right.
Red Bull.
There are
Yeah.
so many delicious versions of both of the drinks. But the
Yes.
first ones of each, I was like, you guys, this tastes like industrial waste. This tastes like what made the Ninja Turtles.
It just might be. Yeah.
I couldn't drink a Monster or a Red Bull.
Hmm.
If they didn't come out with the flavors, I'd never know what they were.
Oh.
Yeah, they were
Or
fucking gross.
so I've followed this fitness influencer for many years, Whitney
I can hear you.
Simmons. You can't hear me?
I can't. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Um and she was on the Monster, oh god.
Was
The
it like an
zero
enema?
sugar. Zero sugar
Wow, she says.
Monster. So Monster Energy Zero Ultra, and it's just the white can.
Oh man, yeah.
And
People
she just,
love their white Monzis.
dude, she called it like the White Monster, I think, for a while, and I was just like, Oh, okay. Like
It's
I
the
don't
white
get it.
monster. Yeah, that's the name. That's what people call it. Give me a
Okay.
white monster.
And I was like,
It's so sweet.
what is it about this? But yeah, it's like super delicious, obviously very addictive, but there's no sugar in it, so you don't quote unquote feel bad. Um, but man, drinking one of those, like my heart rate will go up to like the high 90s, low
Have you
100s
seen Have you
sometimes.
seen the
It's like
large
kind of
ones
scary.
with the screw top caps? There are
No.
bigger ones of that. Well,
No.
they're not that big. I've been overestimating for a long time. Um, but yeah, they're bigger than the tall boys. But
Stop.
and they got a screw top cap. It's crazy.
How's that
That
legal?
and army guys crush monster,
Crush.
crush. So people
Crush.
don't realize this, but whenever like soldiers go to the field or they
Mm-hmm.
deploy,
Mm-hmm.
they bring snacks with them.
Okay.
They always have snacks with them.
Can I tell you why I believe this?
Yeah.
The grade eights are on like a Muskoka camp trip because it's like their grade eight graduation thing,
Right.
event, end of year thing. And a bunch of them got on the bus with their bags, and all they could talk about was the fucking snackage that they brought. And I was like, you're gone for 3 days, and all you can talk about is the snacks you brought? I was like, are they not feeding you at this place? Like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, so this is why I believe you, because on a adult scale, I'm sure this
Yeah.
doesn't change.
As the suck increases, the level of snackage also increases.
There you go. Yeah,
It's a symbiotic relationship.
there you go.
Um, so the sergeant major
Hmm.
of a company or a squadron will have a canteen, and
Okay.
so you can go to them. They'll usually resupply through the regular resupply ways,
Yeah.
but they'll have chips, they'll have chocolate bars, energy drinks, water, Gatorade, beef jerky,
S-
whatever they can get their hands
Sounds
on
like
that the
the
guys
diet I
want.
wish I could live off of, actually.
And they also have, well, gets better. They also have dip and smokes.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
oh yeah, so like you want to lose
What
weight,
more do you need?
join the army. Yeah, nicotine and energy drinks.
Yeah,
Um,
just
they
to.
charge a lot of money. Like the markup's insane because they take whatever profits they. So here's the best part.
Okay.
You'll go up to them and they're like, oh, it's you. Okay, fill this out. Then you put in your name, your number, like your serial number, service number, same thing, and uh, and how much you owe them, and then you sign it. So we call that a chit. You just put it on chit. So people go and they're like, whatever kind of day they're having. You know what I mean? Like, give
Okay,
me
so what's the biggest shit somebody has
bro.
had?
So
Thousands?
biggest exercise is Wainwright.
Okay.
It's changing now, but it used to be Wainwright, Alberta,
Okay.
and guys would be there for up to 2 months at a time. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
Like it's a long exercise, and you have to send people because you had to ship all your vehicles there ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you got to send people there to take them off
Yeah.
the trucks, off the rail, off the road, however they're getting there.
Yeah.
Um, and then you have to set up camp, and so there's people there for a long period of time, and there's a
Yeah.
canteen there the whole fucking time. Like
Okay.
one of the first things they do is like
Set up
get
the
them as licky
canteen. People
chewies,
need their fucking resources, bro.
but like people, I've heard of people spending whole paychecks,
Oh my god. What?
and I mean it got to the point. This is not an endemic thing. These are like extreme outliers, right?
Okay. Okay.
99% of people are really, really good at managing their funds and
Mm-hmm.
having a great fucking time at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But some people just get themselves into trouble
There's
and they
always that
spend
two
so much
percent.
more money. Yeah. And then people are like, well, why didn't you stop him? And there's the people running the canteen don't give a fuck about his finances. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
That's not their job.
mm-mm.
It's wild. But they've changed it up a lot so that the process is a little bit more
Transparent or
yeah, for lack of a better word, transparent being like it was always above board.
yeah.
But now like you can't just use a notebook. You got to use like the proper forms and shit like that. Little
Okay.
things like that that kind of just make it a little bit more above board.
more valid or
Well, because the profits
not
would go back to
authentic, but
the soldiers.
okay.
Whatever they spent at the canteen, not maybe not Wainwright, like a big exercise like that, but most of your exercises are done at your squadron or company level, and
Mm-hmm.
all the money after paying for what was purchased
Mm-hmm.
goes back for like a party. So you
Okay.
buy a fuck ton of beer and a bunch of gift cards or
It's
whatever
like
giveaways, so you could do draws and shit.
it's the reason people do stag and does is to like raise money for your wedding.
Same thing, yeah. Except we raise money so that we can drink to forget all the things that we fucking hated about the last exercise.
That yeah, to forget about the job that we're currently attending that is funding the yeah, that's interesting.
Not true. It's just a joke. I don't know.
Just a joke. It's
Pull one of
just
these, eh?
just a joke.
Anyway,
Yeah. Well, I that's all I've got to say.
that's all I've got to say about that. I can't even do Force Cup right now. That came out really weird.
Side note, definitely watch Clarkson's Farm latest season. It's on and it is as good as ever. So
Can you tell me? Because I
tune
thought they
in.
were done after the last one. Like it looked like they were finished after season three.
Oh, I thought we were. Oh no, it is season 4 we're watching. No, they're still going.
What was like? What are they doing now? Are they
Why?
still just
Why were
for
you
some
under the
reason?
impression it would be over?
I don't know. The little fucking. Oh, you know what it was? It was Jeremy saying, I don't know if I should go back to London or stay here. And Caleb was like, go back to London. And for
Oh,
for some reason, I was like, oh, to me that means the show's over. Like we're done with it.
oh no, yeah, no,
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 that's awesome. That's good.
0%. Yeah, and yeah, it's all very good. It continues. It's very interesting. If
Is
you haven't
Gerald back?
watched, Gerald was back in season 3.
But like he was sick for a long time.
He was
Did
sick
he
for a long
did he
time.
retire or he didn't really come back till the end?
He's still around. He's still
Okay.
around. Yeah, yeah. It took him most of season 3 to recover from his treatment. So, or to go through treatment
Hmm.
and then recover. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. That was that. I shed a tear when Gerald came back. I was like, I don't know these people at all. What the fuck is wrong with me?
A whole
He's
new
just
world
like
for him. Everything's
he's
changed
such a
so much.
yeah. He's such a sweet man. Hey,
Ah, yeah, seriously. He loves his life. Or at
yeah.
least it seems he does, and I hope he does.
He's oh god, I can't
I
even
would
think of
love to just walk around and have no one understand me. Because
and
I would
just
just be able to not give a fuck what they thought. And he would just
100%.
stop
Yeah.
caring.
Yeah, there's a character in season 4 who's talking to him, who's like from an outlying town, and like has no problem understanding him. Or it seems like there's no problem understanding him, and it just made me laugh so much. I was like, oh my god, it's just us. It's just
That's
us.
so funny.
Anyway,
Yeah, my phone's
thank
about to
you.
die. I should.
Go charge it.
Arrivederci.
Thanks.
Thank you
Later,
so
gators.
much. Thanks everyone else.
And tune in, subscribe, tell your friends, and yeah, toodles.